Hello there. My name is Yusuf. I'm 27 years old, and lately I began realizing that a lot of my life has been shaped by other people. It's been shaped by their ideas, their expectations, and their opinions of what I should be doing in my life. Now, recently I've been trying to change that. And in this video, I hope to talk to you all about a few things that I've realized and how you too might be able to implement them in your day-to-day lives. To begin, I'd like to share with you all a story that might put everything into perspective. This story is about a young explorer who dreams of becoming the greatest adventurer the world has ever seen. He spends weeks preparing for the journey. He trains his body, gathers his equipment, and learns all that he can about the trek that is to come. When the day finally arrives, he is ready. He is more than ready. As he races to the base of the mountain, heart racing, all giddy with excitement, he can't wait to begin. But when he gets there, he hesitates. He hesitates because there is no clear entrance, no sign that says start here. All he sees are rocks, trees, and uncertainty. After some time, he finds a narrow path. It's hidden, it's unimpressive, but hey, it's a start. As he inches closer towards it, an old hiker stumbles down the path and ushers a warning. "Stop," he says. "You won't be able to see anything just a quarter mile up the mountain. Don't go this way, it's not worth it." The explorer hesitates. The man before him looks experienced. He looks like he's spent his entire life up on the mountains. And so he listens to him and walks away. Hours later, he finds another path. This one looks a lot better. It's wider. There's a lot of visibility. It looks inviting almost. But perched at the entrance to this mountain sit three explorers who, as our young explorer inches towards them, they also usher a warning. "Stop," they say in unison. "Don't go this way. It's too steep, it's too dangerous, and you won't be able to make it up without better equipment." The young explorer looks down at his shoes and says, "Hey, I've got good shoes. I think I can do it." To this, the three laugh and point towards their footwear. "We're wearing the same exact shoes as you. If we can make it, what makes you think you can?" That was enough. Once again, our young explorer turns away. By the time he finds the third path, the sun is already setting. The mountain that seems so promising now looms over him like something distant and unreachable. And that's when it hits him. He had spent the entire day preparing, walking, thinking, listening to others, doubting himself, but he was yet to take a single step up the mountain. Still, he steels his resolve and decides that he would climb even if it meant starting in the dark. Just as he begins, another man comes down the path, and this man looks calm, he looks happy, he looks fulfilled, jubilant almost. "You're not going up now, are you?" he asked the young explorer. "It's too late. You look exhausted. Come, let me get you something to eat in the nearby town. I'll even show you pictures from the top of the mountain. The view up there is incredible." The explorer hesitates once again because comfort is always tempting, especially when you're alone, exhausted, and uncertain. And so he follows the man back down the mountain. Now, the truth is, he never failed to climb the mountain. He just never began. Not because he wasn't capable or ready, but because every person he met that day gave him a reason to wait. One warned him about uncertainty. The group of three warned him about danger and failure. And the last one offered him comfort instead of effort. And he listened to all of them. Climbing the mountain was never the issue, starting was. Now, this is not just a story. This is something that happens to all of us. Everyone has something they want in life, something they feel pulled towards, something to gravitate towards. And just like the explorer, we plan. We prepare, we think, we imagine, but we wait for the right time. Often at times when the right time comes, there is no clear sign telling you to begin or how to begin. There is no certainty. And when there's no certainty, that silence creates doubt. Once doubt is there, other people's voices start to take over. Some tell you it's not worth it. Some tell you it's too risky. Some offer you comfort instead of effort. And slowly, you begin to drift. You stop trusting yourself. You stop listening to that tiny voice inside of you, the one that made you want to begin in the first place. Instead, you follow the noise. Now, here's a trap that most people fall into. There's a quote that I read not too long ago that said, action creates momentum, whereas information creates the illusion of it. We can spend months learning, planning, watching others live the life we want, but none of it moves us forward until we decide to take that first step. You may be able to relate to this. I know I can. There was a time in my life when I was surrounded by people that weren't inherently bad, but weren't good for me either. We were all going through the same things, and it felt comforting being around those that got it, you know? But over time, the habits we built, the conversations we had, the way we spent our time together, it all started pulling me in a direction I didn't want for myself. It was nothing extreme at first, just small things like wasting time, avoiding responsibility, choosing excessive comfort. And the scary part is, it all started to feel normal. Because when everyone around you lives a certain way, you stop questioning it. And without realizing it, you start becoming it. Now in this case, the people around me weren't wrong, but the fundamentals of how we wanted to live our life just weren't cohesive. And that's when I realized something that changed everything for me. I realized that proximity is power. The people closest to you shape your standards, your habits, your direction, what you tolerate. I think the pitfall that most of us fall into is we don't rise to our intentions. Instead, we become victims of our environment. If you're around people that normalize comfort over growth, you will begin to drift. Whereas if you're around people that are motivated, that want to grow, you will rise together. Now, the scary part is, even if you get all of that right, there's something even more important, something that's even more difficult, which is trusting yourself. Deep down, you already know. We already know. You know when something feels off. You know when you're settling. You know when you're not living the life that you want to. And the worst part is it shows up in moments that you can't ignore, like when you're lying awake in bed at night, thinking about the life that you could be living but aren't. Or when you say yes to something that you didn't want to do and feel an internal resistance build up inside of you. That feeling is your gut. And instead of listening to it, we override it with other people's opinions, with logic and fear. We do this because trusting yourself means taking responsibility, and that's uncomfortable. So instead, we choose to give into the noise over clarity. And that's how you begin to lose yourself. It doesn't all happen at once, but in small decisions where you choose excessive comfort over growth, where you choose to heed the words of other people over your own instincts, and when you give into the noise instead of your own voice. So if you take anything away from this, I hope for it to be the following, what I call the 3 anchors of life. Number 1, start before you feel ready, because action creates momentum, and waiting for certainty will keep you stuck in the same place forever. Number 2, guard your environment, because proximity is power, and the people around you will either pull you forward or keep you stuck in the same place. And third, and perhaps the most important, is to trust your inner voice. Because even when it's quiet, it knows when you're drifting away from the life that you want to be living. Now, here's a truth that puts everything into perspective. It's something that I started telling myself that has made me feel a lot better. The chances of you being born are about 1 in 400 trillion. Think about that for a second. It's difficult to, because 1 in 400 trillion, what is that? It's beyond the realms of our imagination. But all you need to know is that out of everything that could have happened, you're here. And that's not ordinary. So don't spend it living someone else's version of life. Don't follow paths that you did not choose. Don't silence a voice that was meant to guide you. Don't wait for permission that's never coming. Because at the end of the day, no one else is going to live your life for you. The worst part isn't even failing, it's never starting at all.